Okay, woo! Yeah, that worked. Oh, good afternoon, good evening. No, let's hear. Good after evening, noon, y'all, and welcome to Fridays with Frank. I know it's Saturday for some of you, like Pepe there. Good morning, Pepe. Good to see you in there. Let's see here. This is Rock and Roll Radio. Stand by for more rock and roll. That would be I'd reverse that and have fun with it. And Dawn, yeah, I noticed that. Good job with that. Good job with the timing. Not like it's that hard to do. Howdy, everyone. All right, so it's Fridays with Frank, and I apparently wait. Did we do ham last week, or did we do? Huh? Because I have a ham segment for, which is RF, and yeah, that was highlighted, but it wasn't on. That's interesting. Chat, do we remember what segment I did last week, or do I have to? I'm gonna have to go into studio, aren't I? I thought I had it right. By the way, by the way, BT Dubs, this number right here, yeah, right there. That number right there, that is, oh, I love it. I'm loving it. Ba 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 ba. And I did that on purpose so I didn't get a copyright strike. Good morning, Tim. Let's see. Alan Wiener turned 73 today. Said something about trains and then your audio spazzed out. My audio spazzed out. Oh boy. Yeah, Brian, that's what I'm remembering too, but for some reason, my brain wants to say that's not right. So let me just do a quick, yeah, last week was ham, so I'm all turned around right now. Let me update the description here. It is railroad. Cannot spell today. Railroad segments. Save. Then let me close the ham side. And I want to open. Where is it? I want to open the railroad side. Hey, Gary. Good to see you in here. Welcome. Alright. There's the railroad side of things. And get that drink drunk. No, I'm not getting drunk. It's water. I have work tonight. I can't do that. Alright. Your railroad. Why is that not? Come on, hello. Where are you? Why are you not showing up? Oh, because I have the whole thing turned off. I'm like, hello, show up. Railroad term of the day. Hotbox detector. First off, put a 1 in the chat if you know what a hotbox detector is. I just want to start with that, because this can be a very interesting railroad term of the day for everyone. Hollywood knows. Okay. Tim doesn't know, apparently. Gary knows. Okay. Andy, I don't think you would know, because I don't think Europe has them. Bob knows. Dawn, no, I am not telling you what 5G side link is. You can do that. Oh, Andy, you do know. All right, so I don't have to explain what it is for the most part. But I'll just summarize it real quick. A hotbox detector is a trackside device that checks the temperature of wheel bearings as trains pass. Now, granted, it does a lot more than that, but that is the basic down and dirty definition of a hotbox detector. Years ago, overheated bearings, because you had to stuff them, were called hot boxes, and they could cause some serious mechanical problems if not caught early enough. Modern detectors use sensors, infrared, radio, lighting. There's a whole thing that to monitor both passing trains and, in either direction, and can alert the crews if a bearing is running hotter than normal. It also checks for more than that. Air hoses dragging, a derailment that hasn't fully been caught yet. What else? A shifted load. Those are just three of the other things that hotbox detectors can do. These detectors are one of many layers of safety built into the railroad network. They're constantly working in the background, helping identify potential issues before they become bigger problems. East Palestine, Ohio is a prime example of hotbox detectors failing, unfortunately. And now Norfolk Southern's working very hard to remedy that. Yeah, I'm not going to get into the intricacies of that, but a lot of times if you're listening to the railroad channels, on the road channels specifically, you will hear something akin to, and this is one that I've heard my whole life, so, it's ingrained in my memory. This is just east of Davis, California that this one's at. UP detector, milepost 78.7, track 2. That's the entry message as soon as that first axle goes over it. After the last axle of the train goes over it, and it can be a short little Amtrak commute train or a nice long heavy freight train. After the last axle goes over it, the computer does its calculations and spits out UP detector, milepost 78.7, track 2. No defects, total axle 482. Train speed 78 mph, which is actually way too fast for a freight train, by the way. Ambient temperature 79 degrees. Detector out. Simple and easy message. Now, granted, a lot of them. And why is my chat not working? Tim, I'm having a chat issue today. There we go. I just had to scroll up and then scroll down again. So that's your hotbox detector is. Brian, World Cup never met her. That's a spicy topic. Hey, how you doing? I'm not gonna. I'll leave it a mystery for now. Yeah, fair. All right, your railroad myth of the week. Crews ignore malfunctioning crossing signals. This week's myth is that the train crews simply ignore crossing problems. We go across a crossing, oh, the gate's not working properly, or oh, there's a light out, or whatever. No, we don't. In reality, railroaders take crossing issues very seriously because we really do not want to hit anything. We're not sitting, never mind the fact that in the U.S., I have to qualify it, in the U.S., we do not have a steering wheel. We can't go whoop and avoid you, or whoop and avoid you that way. We just can't. We're set on rails. When problems are identified or reported, there are established procedures to protect crossing and ensure safety. A lot of those procedures are known as XH, XS, X-Ray Sierra, X-Ray Hotel, X-Ray Romeo warnings. So, somebody, you see a malfunctioning crossing as a person waiting for us to pass, right? You happen to call it into whichever railroad it is, and the dispatcher comes back to us, and we're the next train up, right? And they go, hey, we have an XH to give to you, or an unforeseen XH to give to you, and we copy it down, and things can vary as to what we do. Uh, if it's bad enough, it's stop and proceed. So what that is we start sounding the horn where we're supposed to, but we approach that crossing ready to stop. Conductor gets off the engine. Conductor has a big red flag, and conductor goes into the crossing as it's safe to do so, and gets the motorist's attention, shall we say. And once we have stopped all cross traffic to the railroad, we radio the engineer, BNSF 7827, ahead, 3 cars, so that we fully occupy the crossing. Horn sequence still has to go on, no longer than 14 seconds per sequence, but until the full head end is occupying the whole amount of the crossing, period. Get that lead locomotive in the cab over the crossing, conductor hops back on, and then we take off. We have fully occupied the crossing. There is nothing, we can't do anything more at that point. And they get those signal maintainers out there quick. The paperwork for a train collision is likely as bad as the ones for a commercial vehicle collision. Yes, the paperwork is quite annoying, Brian. Quite annoying, quite involved, but thankfully, unlike the commercial vehicle side, we do not have to show a driver's license, because we're not driving a motor vehicle. Yes, we are driving a motorized vehicle, but it is not upon the roadway in the state or territory which the law enforcement has jurisdiction over. It gets tricky, but yes. We don't just shrug and continue like nothing happened. Crossing systems involve, as I said, multiple parties, including railroads, the signal maintainers on the railroads, and in some cases, local agencies. We get our power for the crossing signals, etc., from the local power companies. So, if the power goes out, there is battery backup, but, there's only so much battery backup. So that's your railroad myth of the week. We do not ignore malfunctioning crossing signals. We take them very seriously. All right. Now, why your train was delayed. Signal trouble. This one's a big one. Another common cause of delays, and we've gone over a bunch of them, is signal trouble. Modern railroad, and I just realized I'm heavily leaning this way, and I'm not centered. So let me center myself. All right. Modern railroads depend heavily on signal systems, switches, communications equipment, and electronics. And as we all know, when something isn't functioning properly, things go haywire, right? And things slow down. So we may have to slow down, stop, or even wait until the issue is resolved. Even something as simple as weather or damaged component can affect operations. But I will say this, with signals, even with the newer computer systems that are on board, we still have the issues, and again, we take them seriously, and it's all about safety, safety, safety. Safety is third. Right? Okay? So, from the outside, it may look like nothing's happening, but behind the scenes, maintenance personnel may already be working on the system. We may be rebooting PTC. We may be doing this or that for it to make things work right again. And for the most part, this isn't 100% true if things are the way things are today, but railroads would rather delay a train than take chances with safety. It's true to a degree. Oh, I hit the myth twice. So now that we're done with why your train was delayed, now it comes up. That's here. My train is delayed because Amtrak does not have priority, so we have to wait for freight trains to go by. Not always true, Dawn. Uh, Amtrak is supposed to have priority. It depends upon the situation and where things are at. Let's see. There was train talk last week. Was there? Okay, so Troy, that was probably later into the stream. This is the railroad segment because I literally at the beginning of the show went, wait, which one did we do last week? Because I thought I was off and I was, and so I went and I did a quick team replay. Here, let's see here. Where is it? Come on. Go up there. Thank you. Oh no, where's that playing? Oh, there it is. Okay, so I went and I did a quick team replay of, let's see, where is it? Last week's show. Dude. Yeah, there. Oh, too big. Last week's show, I came up to, a little ways in, and it was ham term Friday, so last week. So, yeah, it may have been train talk later in the show, but not, yeah. Anyway. Alright, and then our last one, Railroad Safety Minute. Nighttime visibility. This one's a big one. Trains are much harder to judge at night than many people realize. Distance, speed, and direction can all be deceptive in the dark. Take it from someone who... yeah. A train may appear farther away or closer than what it actually is. Locomotive headlights are designed to help crews see ahead, not necessarily to help people estimate speed or distance. If you're rail fanning at night, wear bright clothing, carry a flashlight, and of course, as usual, stay well away from the tracks. Night photography is fun, but safety has to come first. Hey Jason, welcome in. So, the best night photo is the one you safely make it home with. And that's your railroad segments of the week. And I actually I should have brought this up ahead of time, but I wasn't thinking about it. Let's see, go into this folder. Windows is doing this weird thing where it'll only let me pull a certain amount of the window across two monitors before it goes, nope, I need more monitor space. So let me see. Where's my one night? Here it is. I'm like, where's my nighttime photo that I like? This was, as I pull it up here, this was taken in Tehachapi, California, back in 2011. A lot of this scene has changed these days, unfortunately. The signal bridge is no longer there, and this whole area is no longer truck parking. UP has thoroughly fenced it off, but as you can see, I am well enough away from the tracks to safely get the image done. So there you have it. That was the the railroad chat of the week. Let's see. Okay, so Jason, then to follow up on our conversation, Jason was asking about All-Star. Why I blanked on the name. What you'll want to do then, Jason, and let me just pull that side up. So what you'll want is one of these UCI model bits. What I would do, or the URIs. What I would do is I'd come down here to the bottom, I think, or almost to the bottom. There is, yeah, here, right here in the ordering information and payment option, payment ordering information on the nodes page. Email David. It's right there in green. It's clickable, but he has it spaced, so you have to fix that for email purposes. But yeah, email David and talk to him. He definitely is friendly and helpful when it comes to anything All-Star related. Or if you have, do I have? No, I somehow got this disabled. Let me fix that. Come on, turn that off. If you have Apple iPhone, look up, oh, that is big, this repeater phone app. No, you can't see the repeater phone app, the bottom row middle icon. I click on that, and this is All-Star on your phone. So if I want to,
connected to node 43136.
I'm now connected to Jason's Ham Radio 2 Hub. And if I scroll here on the top, you'll see there's Bill, the Green Ham machines there, K5YVY, AA0Z, the Papa system. Oh, there's me. That's my home node. Mike, KO4PDI's in there, etc., etc. And then you just hit the disconnect button, and you're good to go. Android does have... So, Jason, it's literally the nodes page. It's the same one that I linked you originally there. We'll come back over here. And I mentioned in our messages, come down to the A&H. If you go all the way further down to ordering information, payment, and shipping, there's the email. It's David at the website. So, nice and easy to remember. And then he even gives ground delivery times, priority mail delivery times, and a whole bunch of other fun stuff. So, lots of fun stuff. WHW, not HWH, Dawn. Come on, you should know better. Nice call sign change there. Welcome. See, I will read that as window... I know it's W0ADE, but I would read that as WOD. WODE. WODE. Windows on Android device. DE. Device, get it? Yeah. I know. I'm funny. What is the timeliness of engine teardown? Engine teardown on what, Gary? That's the question there. Oh, you weren't live, Troy. Okay. Well, hopefully you're live now. All right, let's see. So tonight's longer night. Let me get the countdown tool all set up. All right, we're good there. Let me just no, not. Which screen is that? Is that this one? Yeah, okay. Want to make sure everything was set up right. All right, so Okay, so what is the timeliness of engine teardown? Are you talking about like physically removing the 710 from the engine itself, from the car body, or just me packing my stuff up? Because there's a few different ways I could take that. And very cool. A 70 centimeter Yagi is wonderful. So, okay, I'm not in maintenance. I'm not in diesel maintenance, so I don't know how long it takes them to tear down and bring back up engines one by one. They work on multiples at once, but I'm not aware of that time frame, unfortunately. I do know they try and keep it quick because every engine that isn't operational is considered a money loss to the shareholders. Yeah. So, what's this? I have. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh okay. Let's just fix that real quick. That reminds me though. I am starting something. We'll see how this goes. I took some advice from a buddy at work, and I asked a certain Boondock Echo about it, and he was like, "Well, it may work, it may not work, but y'all always are curious as to what's behind the green screen, right? Yeah? Maybe? Well, if you are, I'm not sure what the amount would be, but a super chat total on a Friday live stream will get behind the green screen. And then the video will become a members only live stream after that. So that there will be that. Let's see, Brian. Did anyone else catch Jim's video on Aether SDR, the free smart SDR software that was built for Linux and then made cross-platform? It's got some audio wizardry in it. I have not caught that yet. I know, shame on me. I haven't caught that yet, Brian. But I do know. Oh, Don's in chat. Don, what do you have to say about it? You're big into those SDR type stuff when it comes to HF. So, while we wait on that, okay, I've mentioned green screen. Next Friday, let's see. Friday. Next Friday. You guys will definitely want to be around for next Friday's live stream. It's going to be a very special one, and if you know, you know, and if you don't, you're just going to have to show up and see what happens. Because, well, yeah, next Friday is going to be a very special Fridays with Frank. And then, of course, well, I just realized Pop Chat isn't working. Let's fix that. There we go. All my links are right there. See, Troy, that's sort of what I'm trying to do here. What's behind the green door of Frank's studio? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, now that I have all that out of the way, let's start this timer. When it shows up in this corner, come on, bring my hand back. There we go. When the countdown timer shows up, we'll have 25 minutes to talk about, let's make it ham radio related. What ham topics do y'all want to ask me? No, it's going to be even more special than that, Dawn, and you're just going to have to come on by and find out what it is. I know before HRCCnet, don't worry, but yeah, it's going to be lots and lots of fun. Don't you worry about that. But let's do some ham radio subjecting, because we've already done a little bit already here. What questions do y'all have? Let's see what we find out here. And yes, I'm having to respond to a couple important things before, but I am paying attention to chat. Hey Randy, welcome. What is everyone doing for field day this year? That's a good question, Brian. What is everybody doing for field day this year? For me, I don't know if I'm going to be able to attend any field day. We'll find out as things get closer and how scheduling works out and all that sort of stuff. I hope everyone has a great field day. I know it's just a couple weeks away now. Jeez, we're already there. Let's see here. Question: how do you set up satellite comms tracking? Gary, unfortunately, I am the wrong ham at this time to ask that. Unfortunately, I haven't really done any satellite work. I would suggest, if it's not too late for you... Oh. Explain polar modulation in the Flex Aurora and QMX. Dawn, that is outside my wheelhouse too, but thank you for the super chat. Gary, as far as satellite comms go, Digital Rancher, Rob, W5ITR, let's see, where's my magic button for Rob? Well, I'll start with Rockets and Radios. You should go check out Tim for satellites, as well as, there we go, there's Rob, Digital Rancher. Those two guys are the go-to guys for satellite stuff. Or, well, he doesn't do as much right now, but Hamstick Eric, and unfortunately I don't have his link, but if you Google Kilo Hotel 6 Whiskey India, KH6WY, you'll be able to get him, find his stuff as well. Let's hear. Don saying a sat box. I do know Josh over at Ham Radio Crash Course has done a few satellite videos as well, but the gurus, the people you want to talk to, that you can ask 1,000 questions to and still be confused but knowledgeable, are Rob, Digital Ranchers, and Tim, Rockets and Radios, who is EOD Kaboom. By the way, Tim, I know you saw it the other... Okay, where did... No, it's not. Ah, there they are. Hopefully... Yeah. I love the stickers and the card, Tim. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you. Stickers and a card will be in the mail on Wednesday. Unfortunately, that's the soonest I can get to the post office. And then, Rob, W9EGL. I got these in the mail today. Thank you very much for those. I love the letter. Oh, don't worry. So I'm doing a 2-for-1 here. Cyber Peach, I'm doing a 2-for-1 here. What I send Tim, he's gonna have something to give to you. So you're gonna get stickers as well. All right, let's see here. The Damned had a question, but now you've forgotten. Well, if you remember, feel free to come on in. All right, Jason, have a great evening. We'll chat later. Thanks for hanging out. Let's hear. Big Boy comes back by you on July 16th in Knox, Indiana. Okay. Do you have the special access pass when it comes through overnight? Or do you not get to do that? Because I know it's been very hit and miss this time around with them doing that. Let's hear. You're sitting on one of those right now. Sitting on what, Randy? Is that sort of a sat box, maybe? The QSL card with Felix the Cat reminded me he was one of the first images transmitted wireless. RCA Lab in New York City, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Gotta love Felix the Cat. You know what's funny about the stickers while we're waiting for more ham questions to come in here? What's funny about the stickers? I'm a sticker collector, but except for my PC laptop, which doesn't get much use, I don't ever put the stickers on anything. Like my mugs, yeah, it has the engraving on it. But that's it. I don't my ice cooler, my mugs, none of my equipment have stickers on them. So I just collect the stickers and keep them in a nice little envelope so that I just have all the stickers. G'day, Colin. Welcome. And Don, okay, so polar modulation in the Flex Aurora. The QMX has it too? Okay. So the way I understand, and I really don't understand it, so I'm gonna probably butcher this, but I'm gonna try and give you the best thing I can give you for this. Polar modulation is where it splits the frequency into instant amplitude and phasing bits, amplifying them independently, and then brings them back together in a combiner for the RF output. So, if I'm talking into the microphone, it then gets split to a magnitude and phase. Yeah, because that's part of the polar is phase. And then it's amplified, and then it's combined back, and then out to the RF. That's the way I understand polar modulation. I don't know if that is accurate, but that is how I understand it. And I did not know the QMX had it. That's interesting. Then again, I didn't know I don't own Flex or QMX, and I'm never going to own Flex. I might own a QMX. Well, we'll see, but at this point in time, so hopefully, Dawn, I answered that reasonably well. Let's see here. Oh, here's Colin giving me the cheat guide. Okay, let's see here. Screen share, bottom right. Get this plussed up. Yeah, I don't want to sign up for anything. Thank you. Yeah, I guess I'll take the cookies. This radio does not use a legacy RF exciter followed by a linear amplifier. Instead, it uses a transmitter that employs polar modulation. With PM, the radio still generates traditional signals. Oh, yeah, okay. And then if I click on polar modulation, let's see. Polar modulation is a highly efficient signal transmission technique that separates a RF signal into two fundamental components, amplitude and phase, envelope and angle components. So, yeah, I was close so far, allowing each to be amplified independently and more efficiently. Okay. Oh, wrong button. There we go. So, sorry, chat. My eyes are... yeah. Hey, Cooley, and hey, Roaming. Alright, so, Roaming, because I know calling you by your YouTube name every single time is not weird, but it seems impersonal. But I don't want to butcher your proper name. So, apologies if I do. But is it Sabir? Because I just can't see it being Satbir. So, is it Sabir? If I'm not close, just tell me and I'll just leave it at roaming base. Because that's that, yeah. Oh, the T is there. So it is Satbir. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I learn something new every day. And that's half the fun of what I try and do. Is not only do I try and teach and give back, but I try and constantly learn everything I can. That's it. Brian, yeah, you have that absolutely right. Just call polar modulation some signal wizardly that ends up about 80% efficient. Absolutely. Sapir? Okay. I'll try. Let's see. Locked into memory. How well the memory is right now, different story. Oh, you had to switch to the good side, huh? Okay. Well, the dark side has cookies, Nicole. So, yeah. I don't know if you like cookies, but the dark side has cookies. All right, here's Hollywood with the knowledge drop. It's related to how the Ampliphase transmitter by RCA worked. Engineers called it Amplifuzz because it was a pain in the tuchus, because, we're still too early in the show, to align. Polar is more stable with today's electronics. Okay, that makes sense. I do, Tim. I don't think I have enough socials. See, Nicole, that's how they get you. That's how they get you. Cookies are always it. That's how they get you. All right, just under 16 minutes now for ham radio. Who has a question? And I'm gonna have to deal with Streamlabs later because Streamlabs is not Streamlabbing, because that should be updated by now. Let's see. Why is that not updating? Turn it off and on? Nope. Turning it off and on doesn't work. Well, that's interesting. I'm going to have to fix that later. We're talking ham radio. Who's got ham radio questions that you're just dying to ask Frank? We'll give Don some time because he's either gone to the HRC CHF net, which is on... Where did Evan say it will be tonight? 7230 plus or minus 25 kilohertz. So anywhere from 7.200 to 7.300, basically, but 7230 is where Evan wants to hold the HRCC HF net tonight. And please, please, please do not ask me to try and find it, because come on, where's my, there we go. Let's see, bring that up and pop me in there. And 7. Oh, yeah. We'll just do it this way. That's HF right now for me. HF never met her. Yeah. So don't ask me to listen to the HF net tonight. Let's hear. Can you put a radio on a Yagi antenna for better signal? Gary, you can put a radio on anything. Will it help? Probably not. Yagis are already very directional in the way that they work, and so you really radios are more for HF antennas, for like your wire antennas, your end-fed half waves, your random wires, your verticals. That's more what radios are meant for, versus Yagis, where literally, think of it, where do I have, I'm trying to think, I do not. Think of it like a megaphone, okay? You're spitting all that signal out in one direction with that megaphone, right? Well, if you put a random wire attached to it, what is it going to do? Nothing really. So that would be my answer for it. Looks like a few in chat have good answers here. EOD says it would. You can, but it wouldn't work. Yagi is designed for utilizing a reflector and director to point that signal in a focused direction. Yeah. Pepe says it wouldn't help and even make it worse. Hollywood has it here. Quick answer, no. A Yagi is a balanced antenna. It's symmetrical. A vertical, unbalanced antenna requires a radial to push against. So, there you go. And Joshua, good evening. You're right. I really could use a SDR, but who wants to? Who would want to even remotely listen to a HF net? Let's see. I mean, hey Eric, welcome. Let's see.
I let this one fall out on the kitchen table for like 3 days, and I just sliced into it. And
Yeah, the lightning crashes tonight are just oof, ouch. So, of course, that Gary, that's what we're here for. Every ham is here to help new hams learn what they might not know, or help expand knowledge base. And that's one reason why I do this Q&A AMA every Friday. You can ask any question you want, ham, railroad, photography related. And yeah, I use the timer. That way I don't run too long or too short with the time on things. Okay. Let's see. It's hotter in New York City than Barstow, California. Really? That's that is shocking. see. Where's my Barstow? Okay. Let's turn on. Let me shrink that down a little bit so it's a little easier to read. Barstow is currently 102, and New York is 83. So unless my app is wrong, and a high of 92. So unless the app's wrong, yeah, Barstow's a lot hotter. So, let's see here. There was 109 today in Benson, North Carolina. Jeez. Oh, Pepe, I can answer that. Absolutely. So, I was taught by a couple other ham tubers, especially when chat is rolling, it's really going fast and whatnot. Drop the link 2, 3, 4 times. 3 seems to be the optimal number, so that people on Team Replay, say I mention my links and chat's rolling for whatever reason. If I mention my links and I just drop it 4 times right there, people will see, oh, there was a link there, as they're quickly scrolling for stuff. So, chat, I will be right back. Okay, chat, I'm back. And that apparently reset itself. I know we were. Uh, Actually, I can just look at studio mode. We were 19 and a half? Okay. So, let me come come back over here. You'll have to excuse me, chat. Tonight might I'll just set it to 20. Tonight might get cut short. Something's going on here at the house that is not great. So we'll see what happens. So, Pepe, I hope that explains why links get dropped 2-3 times in a row. All right, Gary, have a great evening. So, yeah, Pepe, I hope that explains. So, and then, yeah, as Tim said, ooh, that was interesting. All I have to do is, well, if I was on chat, it just continues to populate until I don't even think I was in frame there. I'll drop something else. Yeah, there you go. Oh, you got this one too, Nicole? Yeah. Got a couple around here. And no, Joshua, it's not something I can regulate, but it's something that I have to pay attention to. That's yeah. All right, so ham questions. Who's got them? I may cut the ham segment short considering what's going on here, so we'll see what happens. But yeah. Let's see. You have the same one? Yeah, okay. Alright, as long as I'm all caught up on chat there. Because I sort of buried y'all with all who showing how my Stream Deck and button press stuff works. And you have to have a light touch to it to make it work right, but yeah. Anyway, ham questions. Who's got them? Let's distract Frank for a little bit. Spammy Davis Jr. You're funny, Colin. you're hilarious. That is funny. Funny. Okay. So, if no one has any more ham questions, I'll reset this timer and we'll go to not radio, photography or trains. Yeah, there we go. Those things. What is my take on the HOA hams video on USA versus China-made antenna components? I do not know, Brian, because I haven't had a chance to watch the video. I will be 100% transparent. I'm very behind on watching other people's videos myself. So, yeah, I do not know. The new net controller? Huh? What, Tim? Audio processing, that's another show. Hollywood, it doesn't have to be. I mean, if it's ham adjacent, if it's, me putting the mic... Ooh, I need to WD-40 that. Me putting the microphone out to the HF or VHF radio, yeah. Let's hear it. Let's talk about building AI machines with high-quality LLMs. Do we really want to go down that rabbit hole, Dawn? Oh, new net control. Okay, I when you said net controller, Tim, I was thinking internet, not net. Okay, isn't everything made in China? No, no, Joshua. Some of it's made in Taiwan or Japan. Your pick. But okay, granted, like 80% of it's made in China, sure. But yeah. Let's see here. Colin now has his QRZ USA 250 on 40 and 15. Not bad. Not bad at all, Colin. Yeah, I know, Don. We're not going to talk about AI. Let's see here. Ham question: if it's 4 pounds, what temp and how long do I bake it for? 325 for 2.5 hours if you want it very dry. Honestly, I would barbecue something like that, Eric. Funny though, very funny. Yeah, I would put it down to like 275 for 3 hours, 250 in 1 hour per pound. Yeah, that would do it. Absolutely. Oh, good. Thank you, Tim. You knew that I was going to be wondering. Oh boy. Okay, let's see. Customization, add redirect, digital rancher late shift, save. There we go. Based every 30 minutes with honey or jam. How about some barbecue sauce, Dawn? How about some barbecue sauce? Okay, hold on. What did I... Oh, okay. So, hopefully I set that up right, but if I didn't, this is Rob's stream that his late shift that comes up after me. Yeah. Barbecue on ham? Oh, yeah, absolutely, Dawn. I know. Call me blasphemous. I know. Call me whatever you need to. But yeah, absolutely. Little bit of barbecue sauce. Yeah. It's delicious. All right. I think if no other serious ham question comes in by the 11-minute mark, we'll reset it. All right, Dawn, have fun. 7230, give or take 25 kilohertz. So have fun. Oh boy. Yeah, I'd have to listen for Evan to see where they're actually at, and I'm not gonna try and do that. And I'll be right back again. All right, chat. I'm back. I'm gonna kill the timer for now. I may have to kill the stream in a few minutes here, but I'm gonna try and push through. But uh, oh no, Nicole, he's fine for that. Yeah, rockets and radios for all things satellite. Let's hear it. Troy wants to know how much she paid. I assume you're talking about HOA Ham here still. Paid on the Chinese stuff versus the American. Probably a lot cheaper. Okay, let's see. Oh, congratulations on your first transatlantic phone this week. A solid 3x3. That's not bad. Not bad at all, considering. So, congratulations. Oh, I know. You're fine. I just wanted to make sure everybody knew Tim was okay to post that. If he wasn't, I would have said something. All right. Oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah, we'll bring the timer back up, but for much shorter time period for now. When the timer comes up, let's talk photography. Boom. There we go. So, what photography questions do y'all have for me? What nitty gritty in the dirty detail type questions do you have for me? Trying to distract myself here, sort of. All right, we're good there. We're good there. Yeah, the DFW Ham thing is this weekend, Tim. Absolutely. Thanks, Nicole. Much appreciated. Yeah, it's I'll I'll tell you after or later or whatever. I got a hankering for a Hunka timer. Yeah, absolutely. Your cameras keep getting really, Joshua? No. We're not going there. Professional stuff like Canon, Nikon, Sony. Not. Oh boy. Yeah. What questions do y'all have for me? Professional wise. Yeah. We'll go with that. And Joshua, that's just the amateur spot to hide them. I wouldn't know, but based on TV shows, movies, etc., that's just the amateur spot. You got to get better than that. So, see, Nicole knows. Oh boy, yeah. It's always in the screws, isn't it? Used to do a lot of light painting and high-speed photography. High-speed, like high shutter, low drag, or fast car photography, or fast motion photography. Because light painting is something I want to get into. I just haven't had the chance or the ability to do so yet. Oh yeah, modern phones, period, are definitely a game changer, Joshua. I will say this: yes, they are good and they do the trick, but nothing competes. Even today, nothing competes with professional stuff, and that's just a fact. There's no two ways around it. They're good, but they're not professional quality good. So, what other photography? Oh, my microphone is loose. Let's see. So it's normally pointed up like this, but just below, and it decided to do this. So I gotta be careful with it. Most just point and click. What thought process do you use to compose a picture? Good question, Hollywood. So a lot of photographers say, yes, it is, Nicole. Yes, it is. A lot of photographers say rule of thirds is important and keep a center focus where all lines draw to a center focus. I am one of those photographers that draws. I'm good at coloring inside the lines when I need to, but I like to draw the viewer's eyes to things that maybe get missed in the average photo. 1 second. Okay. We're good for now. Uh, uh, you know, jeez. Sorry, my brain is a little, not here right now. Let me... Where? We'll go with this one. So, using rule of thirds and drawing your eye to the center focus, what do people think of... Hello? There we go. What do people think of this photo that I took in 2012? Now, mind you, I've been professional for a lot longer than just 2012. This is what do we think my primary focus was here? Oh, yeah, you can see my mouse. Good. Bingo. Exactly, Nicole. You want to know the funny thing about this, though? This is downtown Sacramento, California. Literally like 5 blocks off from the Capitol. That's yeah. Let's see, where's a neuter one? Where's another one? Here's another one. Wonder what my focus was here. And Hollywood, you're right. These two bulbs, that is a tower there in downtown Sacramento. What would have been my focus here if I had followed things? And these are the only two I'm going to share. It just gives you an idea. Hey Dave, welcome. Let's see here. The Duba says popping water balloon type stuff for remote flashes. Oh, okay. That's another way to do that. Absolutely. Oh, considering they're not street cars. the, these are cable cars. But I get your point. The doorway here is what you think. Okay. Anyone else? No? What if I told you it was literally the tourists right there? Wasn't the cable cars, it's the tourists. I don't know if the cable car was named Desire, but yeah, no, I get it, Hollywood. I get it. Let's see. So yeah, as far as what thought process I have, I do try and follow the rule of thirds, and where's that center line, but sometimes it's just about the subject. It's nothing else. It's about the subject itself. So if I were to share literally my own wallpaper, because I'm that kind of person, I don't like any other work on my desktop. I literally do my own wallpaper. What do we think the focus was here? Not that hard. And yes, I know my timer has run out. It's okay. It's the engine. It's literal. Well, okay. In all honesty, it's the conductor. Let's see. Where's my grabby thing? There's my grabby thing. It's literally the conductor standing at the baggage door doing his job. Granted, it's the whole engine that was the primary focus, but the center line, the conductor. So, alright, since things are, yeah, we're gonna do another 10 minutes for now, because that's how I'm having to take things, even less than that personally here. Uh, where, and I'm gonna restart that. Railroad stuff. What questions do you have for me railroad related? And go. I mean, we can also do other stuff, but I want to focus on. Yeah, I know I'm. Yeah. Railroad stuff, folks. What is it? What are your dying question? No, I shouldn't. What are your yearning questions? What yearning questions do you have for me about train stuff? It can be anything. Or have I just completely lost chat at this point? Because I'm looking at studio and. Yeah, okay. Brian, you said something earlier. Let's see. Do it. Oh yeah, I can still go back that far, which is sad for chat. But where was it? It was before that. Oh, maybe I. Oh, okay. Brian, you talk about the World Cup. Yeah, I think people are watching that a little more. Chris, I don't know about that. We'll see what happens. Welcome. What was the train Doc rode in Back to the Future 3? Wasn't that a steam train in the Old West? That one? I'm actually going to have to look this one up, Nicole. Um, yeah, okay. That's the movie that they pushed the DeLorean to 88 miles an hour in 1885. Yeah, okay. Um, the steam engine is an 1891 Rogers 460 locomotive. It's Sierra Railway number 3 here in Jamestown, California. So that's where that comes from. Let's see. Do they drive the engine via rail, own power from the manufacturer, or is it delivered in a different way? It's delivered in a different way, Hollywood, because what they have to do is they send qualified engines on, qualified, trusted, broken in, 500,000 or more miles on them engines to go pick up the new engines, drag them dead in tow to the closest engine facility, major engine facility, where they can then undergo their own testing, load testing, dynamic brake grid testing, braking testing, all the testings, like plugging in the OBD reader into a car type thing. And actually, there's someone in chat who might sort of be able to answer this a little better than I can, maybe. But they do all the testing at the closest engine facility, at the closest yard, and then go from there in certifying them and sending them out to wherever they're needed the most. Amtrak's most recent order of Siemens cars for the Pacific Northwest, they took the whole train set, end to end, the whole train set, got deadheaded. That's where it's dead in transit, with 2 other engines pulling it from the Siemens factory in South Sacramento all the way out to the East Coast, to the Northeast Corridor, where on Amtrak's own rails could do their own testing of it before they sent it back out here to the West Coast, to Seattle, to the Amtrak Cascades territory, where they are now doing their testing to make sure that the crews are familiar with things and how everything works and so on and so forth. And then they get released into Gen Pop, the general populace, where they then do their own thing. So, no, they do not go via their own power. That's the short version of what I just said. I know I do long versions. Hollywood, you know that. No, there might have been back in the steam days, whose steam engine was the biggest and best, in a certain area. But no, not no train pulls like tractor pulls. Not, and especially today, not going to happen. The shareholders would be massively upset. You would have to somehow become Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, etc. type rich and type invested in the company, basically 90% or better shareholder, to even suggest that idea to happen. That's yeah, they, we don't contribute to the profits of the company as crew people. So yeah, they're not about to do train pulls, and you'd have to find the right place to do them. too. You know, you have to have a place where you can run, you know, two, three, four trains side by side, or, you know, if it's two trains at a time, you know, winner A goes up against the next set, and so on and so forth. But yeah, so that would not be a thing for multiple reasons. About 2.5 minutes left on the timer there. Who else has railroad questions? I'm loving them so far. Oh, all I hear is crickets. Oh boy. No one? No one has any question? Not a single question of how could that work, or how does that work, or, you know, what do you do with that? Nothing? Or is my chat screen just not behaving itself tonight? No, chat screen's behaving itself. This feels like a funky Friday now, and I do not like that, chat. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. What's going on here, chat? The front to back ratio. Which front to back ratio, Tim, or do I even want to know? The front to back ratio of Willet Antenna? Good question. The front back ratio of something else? Well, you're going to have to clarify, Mr. Nerd. Alright, so 7236 is where the HRCC net decided to land on 40 meters. On a Yagi-Uda. At least you used the proper name for it, Tim. Some ham tubers get very upset if you don't use the proper name. Or if you do use the proper name, they get upset even more. How do I calculate the front back ratio on a Yagi-Uda? I don't, Tim. I buy pre-made. So all the calculations are already done and taken care of for me. That's there. So trains are basically in-fed as you see at Hollywood. Yeah, I mean, by technical, well, no. Okay, hold on. Let's break this one down here, Hollywood. Let's break this down. Sorry, I have to keep looking over at my messages. By all sense and appearances, a train could not be an in-fed. Actually, I was going to say it's more like ladder line, but it's not even like ladder line, because forget the engines. We're just talking a string of like 10 rail cars, right? All of them are still 10 freight cars. So we have zero electronics, right? They are still all electrically connected to each other, because you have, say, all the wheels on the west side of the tracks are connected via metal to metal, you know, steel to steel, to the wheels on the east side of the tracks. So if we were to go car 1, wheel set, you know, car 1, axle 1, wheel is connected to axle 2, so axle 1 and 2 wheels on the west side are connected to their respective east side counterparts. And then those are then electrically electrically, I'm not saying actual electronics, but electrically connected to axles 3 and 4 respectively, either through the car body or through the through the rails. So you have the rail, one and how can I do this? Yeah, so basically, I don't know. I don't know if you could even call it an infed. That's there. Right, but where is the power input to the train? Is there ever a time where an engine is? Oh, you're talking. Okay, are we talking like literally making the train into an antenna here, Hollywood, or are we talking about how distributed power works? Because yes, there are trains with engines in the middle. It's not always the exact middle. Sometimes it's 2/3 and or whatever, and then on the rear. Those are all controlled from the lead locomotive via RF. So in hilly tunnel territory like Donner Pass, Cajon Pass, Tehachapi Pass, Cascade Line up in the Pacific Northwest, the Rocky Mountains, you get the idea there. You will lose comms because it's UHF and simplex, so line of sight. We all know how that works, how poorly that works at that. Why they chose UHF, I have no idea. That's beyond the scope of me. So, yeah, there's plenty of times where engines are put in the middle and they are dealt with via RF, and I'll be right back again. Okay, I'm back. Let me turn off the timer for now. Um, I think I'm okay here. We'll see. Uh, by the way, Nicole, I did tell you what was going on in our messages. Um, okay, so Hollywood, d- did we? Did I answer the question the correct way, or do I need to go back down the rabbit hole of can a train be an antenna? Because that's what I thought you were going with. And Troy, or should I call you Tim tonight? I mean, which one do you want to be called? You tell me. Long trains have a pusher. Yes, they can have several. So trains can be set up in any configuration from a 1x1, one on the head end, one on the rear end, to a 4x1, to a 8x3x2, or an 8x3x1, or however many mixes of combinations they can come up with. It, however, does not mean that every single one of those engines are online. We have something called horsepower per ton, or HPT, that we have to deal with, and you cannot exceed X amount of HPT per train on certain territories. And then when you go up the mountaintop, you get complicated. Keeps them from stretching. Yeah, because your DPUs, or your rear units, or your mid trains start pushing. If the engineer does it right, starts pushing first. That way, everything is bunched together. All right, let's see. Okay, so Hollywood's answering Tim here. So, okay, so Hollywood, you're good answering Tim. By the way, Hollywood, did you and Matt ever connect? I never did follow up on that. Did you two happen to get connected at all? And while I wait on that answer, let's do a new countdown, and we're gonna go back to photography for now. So, boom, photography enabled. Unless we want to do trains, chat. You tell me, trains or photography? Which one is it? And I'll readjust the time. Okay, I will make sure he. Yeah, I will do that right now so I don't forget. I will. Message sent to Matt. So that way I make sure I stay on top of things. Yeah. Okay. I'm glad you like them, Nicole, because I love rabbit hole conversations, and it gets quite interesting sometimes, especially when it comes to unique things like mixing trains into possible antennas. Can it be done? You'd have to find a way to electrically isolate the axles from one side to the other side. That's the short version. You know, you literally, there's two ways of doing that, and both are destructive to the rail car. So that's there you go. All right, let's see. Well, yeah, I know, right? Right. Well, okay, so there's Grayman Tim. Hold on. I'm going to screw this up right now. There's Grayman Tim, there's EOD Tim, but that's Tim with two M's, so I would argue that doesn't count as a regular Tim. That counts as an extra special Tim. And then who's the third Tim? Or second Tim? Because technically EOD is third Tim. Who is the second Tim? Oh, I think it's someone who actually isn't Tim, but name rhymes with Tim. And yeah, maybe? Anyway. Where Pepe Tim? Pepe, are you a Tim? I don't know. There's Tim Tron, WA1HLR. No, Hollywood. In the immediate ham tube sphere of, like, the OG ham tubers and the new bunch, which I'm technically a part of. And then there's the newer bunch. Is it Friday? Is this Frank? Bougie Paul? I don't know. You tell me. Paul, who's the third Tim? There's Grayman. There's EOD. Who is the third Tim, Paul? I know you can answer this. Okay, so Vaughn and Julie got your name right. Now to correct Clubhouse. Yeah, right? Good luck with that one. Maybe if you drop enough clues, in chat, it might get picked up eventually. Or they just work you like 6 times and bada bing. Grayman, EOD, and Tim. Yes, who is the third Tim, Paul? Grayman, EOD, who? Yeah, who's the third Tim? Oh, and then there's literally my brother whose name is Tim. So, Timothy Leary. No, I don't think it's Timothy Leary, Hollywood. Jeez. There was no third Tim. Grayman was default. Well, okay, so he was defaulted to other Tim because that's what he is called at work. So, by definition then, Tim, there is no... You aren't third Tim. You're second Tim. Turn on, tune in, drop out. Yeah. Hi, Jason. Welcome. Subaru. Subaru, Tim? I'm lost, Paul. What do you mean by Subaru? So you never know. You never know. I don't think it was. Paul, I'm trying to read it in order here. So there was Grayman Tim, aka Other Tim. Oh, you and 4-5 worked it out. But so you know that 4-5 isn't Tim then, right? No, Troy, there's no derailing here. Well, I mean, we spent 6 minutes talking about Tims, so... Oh, see, okay, hold on. Sorry, Tim. That one gets, yeah. I don't think that's supposed to be absolute public knowledge, and actually let me do just so it goes. Come on. Ketchup chat. Ketchup. Cat syrup chat. There we go. Now cat syrup's done. So, Tim, yeah, I don't think he wants that publicly known. So, yeah, sorry. One of the few times I will do something like that. Tim Rice, Tim Curry, Tim Tebow, Tiny Tim, Timmy. No. Oh, Paul, that's Timmy. Because there's Timmy and Jimmy now. Or Jaime, whichever you want to call him. Yeah, fun fact. So everybody knows Jimmy, PRK Radio. Well, he's Jimmy, right? And what's the Spanish version of it? Jimmy? Jaime. So yeah, I started calling him Jaime. Okay, so we've completely derailed the countdown. I'm gonna turn it off for now. I have to do a check-in here. There we go. Yeah, is Timmy lost in the well? Okay. Let's see if we can, actually, I wonder. Did that even work? Oh, I think it does, but I don't. Chat, did you hear that? 60-40 Tim led. Yeah, okay. Okay, we're on a Tim kick. Got it. A Timposium, a Timocracy, a Timpocalypse, a Tim symbol. You heard it? Oh, good. Yes! One victory for Frank tonight. How about that? And yeah, Nicole, every Tim has their ears. I'm surprised Grayman hasn't shown up in chat yet going, did I hear a Tim? Okay, crickets. Yes. Okay, so I've been having this hell of an issue of will the Stream Deck properly output the sounds that I hit play on out to the stream. So you guys just help me fix that, because I've had this sound folder just sitting here on the second page, top row, and I've just had it sitting there going, what am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with this? And I thought, what? Why not test it? So, we've gone off the roads. We've gone off the roads. We've gone off the rails. And the roads. And the railroads. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, Colin, no, I have that website. Yeah, I have that bookmarked, absolutely. Actually, that's where I get most of my sound effects. That, and there's another one. I can't remember the name of it. I probably have it bookmarked, but I don't remember. Do I have it bookmarked? Let's see. No, you're not going to see all my bookmarks. Sorry, folks. No, I don't. What's this? Oh, yeah, that. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Which Stream Deck do you get? Tim, do you seriously not have a Stream Deck yet? Because if you don't, here, hold on. Let's see. Where's the Nicole, you read my mind. Sort of. Okay, let me plus this up. Actually, hold on. Let me. Where's the Oops. Didn't want to do that. Come on, here we go. Getcha. Gotcha. And there we go. I'll drop that first, just so that we're all on the same page here. But this one right here, it is the newest, and it has everything. If I had to do it over again, Tim, this is what I would get. This is exactly what I would get, because where is it? It's multi intuitive. Let's see. Does it actually show, or am I going to have to go to? Yeah, I'm going to have to go to their site for this. Where is... So, you want the 36 key 6 dial one. You know, the big... I mean, overall, it's not that big. I thought there was a 360 view of this. I guess... Oh, here's the back. So you have two USB-A's, 3 USB-C's, and then power. And basically, Tim, what this is, what that is, yes, it's all a Stream Deck is, Nicole. So, Tim, basically what the Stream Deck Plus XL is a combination of the Stream Deck Plus and the Stream Deck XL. It's literally the 2 units Paul has combined into one. And I would be using the knobs. I'd be twiddling the knobs all day long when I'm at home because it works for photo. Paul, it works for photo and video editing too. Let's see here. Face the facts. I put on shows with technology. Tim does it with content. Yeah, Tim has some great. Tim with two M's. Yes, Tim. So EOD does have some great content. Absolutely, Pepe. Paul, you could. I mean, you don't edit videos because you don't do actual videos for the most part. But to be able to sit here and just twiddle a knob for contrast or fast forward, rewind would be so much easier than having the keyboard stroke everything. And apparently you can assign the knobs to mute Frank, so, I mean. Paul, there's a button for that. It's that little X up in the up in the corner over there. Let's see. Yeah, I'm pointing the right way. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Nicole, I'd agree. The XL, absolutely. And it really doesn't. I mean, this doesn't even take up a lot of space, and the XL is how much taller and how much wider. So not too much more, all things considered. That's how the Amazon gets you, Tim. That's how the Amazon gets you. You kill 3 or 4 items and one gets added on. Same with the same with ham radio, and you know that. Yeah, you knock one off or you knock 4 or 5 off and boom, one comes right back on. So, Tim, I will say this after I get it in the big zoom. If you're not worried about having to scroll through pages, yes, my last page is blank except for the arrows. If you're not worried about having to scroll through pages to get the stuff, then this one works just fine. So, let me see if I can do this. Hold on. Let me get it around the microphone. And let me get that light off of it a little bit. So I have my outro. This is my main scene, which is that one. Then my Zoom, which I'm using. My video for when I have guests on. This is my... It was for something else, and I just haven't renamed it yet, but this is the scene I use when we're doing Kids Table. Let me come back to... And you notice I'm doing all this backwards. This is my OBS mic mute, so if I hit that until I press it again, this is the folder in which I store all my extra scenes, and based on where it is based on what I want. So if I want my self-monitor radio screen, boom, just like that. And then there's Discord open, because I'm on the, yes, that one I actually had to push. My black screen, which is, it goes black screen, but I have my audio attached to it, so I can still hear stuff. If I want to wanted to clip something for, say, TikTok or whatever, I have that. And then, of course, the arrows. Let's see. This one I do not want to press right now. This is start and stop. My links, which is a folder, which then I have several things all in them. This one is my screen share. So I have my 4 different, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4 monitors, because I don't share my OBS monitor, my iMac screen share, and then the overhead camera when I have it attached, and then Discord settings, sounds, my overnight self-monitor. That way my brother has easy access if I want virtual camera on, etc., etc. You get the idea, though. You gotta scroll sometimes on these smaller ones. But it works. So Nicole thought she'd want the XL, but the one you have is just enough and you still have 2 empty buttons. Is that just on the first page, Nicole? Or how many pages deep is that? Oh, yeah, absolutely, Jason. Yeah, I can... Am I logged in on the right side, though? That's the question. Yes, I am. Okay. Is it gonna bring up my notifications? Yes, maybe. Where? That was right there. Okay, come on, pause. Thank you. And then I'm gonna do this live. Screen share, bottom right, and just like that, I'm sharing my bottom right monitor. And this is what Jason wanted to share here. So let me turn that on. And that's as much as I should probably show if I don't want a copyright strike. And I have less than 50 seconds before Rob, yes, I really just did that, Tim. My apologies. Rob, Digital Rancher. As I said, tonight's not been a good night now. Anyway, if it doesn't drop you into Rob's chat, here we go. I'm dropping Rob. I'm just going to flood chat with it. Just like that. I'm going to hit the outro. Y'all have a great evening, and don't forget, next Friday, big event. You'll want to be here. Until then, 73 and Pod on, y'all.